Hey everyone, welcome to Camppatton Family Compound. It is time for the Monday night fireside chat after a 6-week hiatus. And tonight's topic is, what are your favorite movies? And I got someone special here with me. I got Courtney there.
Hi.
And I brought up some of my favorite movie guys.
Yay! The creepy ones.
Well, all right. For those that get a little creeped out about the creepy ones, all right, there's the macho ones, which is kind of funny. Last night, I was catching up on videos, and one of the recommended one is one of those reactions, and it was children, youth, adults, and elderly reacting to a couple of music videos. The music videos was the ones I just had up there. It was I'll Kill You That Way and Slashing Bodies. Both of them are Backstreet Boys parodies by the Slash Street Boys. And it was funny watching these people going, I know that. I don't know the name. I know that movie. I know that name. And then some of them were going, this is my favorite Backstreet Boys song. Whoa, they just took it to a new level. But
well, first and foremost, I would like to say welcome back because we have missed you. And there for a while, we were super concerned because we were like, what's going on with Gil? Where is he? But then we realized that you probably had a lot of work to do. So
I feel like the Scarecrow and the Wizard of Oz. This way, I know that way. We're both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I think I made 4 trips to California and back. One with the cargo trailer.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And I brought back my wife's china cabinet. I bought her oak china cabinet with the windows on it aren't stained glass, but they're clear set in like stained glass would be. And it's a 2-piecer, and I got that put back together. And I brought back my mom's oak roll top desk. And to move it, it comes apart in at least a minimum of 10 pieces. I didn't count all the little cubbyhole drawers in it. And I think I posted a picture on the my community tab about it. But I pulled out all those drawers too because they were full. And they added about another 50 pounds to it. And so it comes apart. We took the top part come off. We put that in the back of the truck. And then when it comes off, then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces holding the 2 side pieces together. And when the top comes off, it automatically locks the file cabinet drawers in place so they can't open. Fortunately, those were already emptied.
Yeah.
And then there's some slide out boards that come off then because they can't stay on there. And so there's 10 separate pieces plus all the little drawers. And I actually got that put together. I started it on it the night I got back here, finished it the next day because I had to go to Walmart because somehow I misplaced 2 of the pegs that line everything up, the bottom to the top. Had to get some 5/16 dowel and put them, kind of little 1-inch pieces and put them in there. And it all just locks in place. And I put the 10 screws in the bottom that holds everything together. But yeah, it looks really nice. And what's funny, shoot, I don't know if I can bring it up here. Oh, the phone's out there. I had Danny, number 3 grandson, and Oliver, number 4, were over here. And Danny pushes the chair up to it, climbs up in it, and he gets up on it. He starts pulling drawers out, and he goes, I gotta work. And he's just going around. His little camera came out, took a picture, sent it to my wife. Danny's saying, I have to work.
I bet your grandsons missed you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And anyways, oh, wow. I just realized. Went on without saying hi to everybody. Back over here and scroll back up. There's a bunch more in here that came in that I haven't said hi to. So I'm going to go up to the top and say hi to everybody. First one in was Super Scout. Then Courtney started saying comments. Tammy Rebel Canners is here. I really loved your guys' video from the summit. Both your videos that both of you guys are putting out.
Oh, thanks. Oh, that was so much fun.
I mean, after my wife retires up here, I'm pretty sure we're going to make a trip back there for it.
Really?
Right. Yeah,
that
I think
awesome.
That will be for a couple 3 years. So
yeah.
Unless, of course, I find that winning lottery ticket, then she'll retire immediately, and we'll be there next year. All right. CR's here, and King Poobah. Tina Weber's here from Weber Homestead. Moon over Miami. Kaylin Strain is in the house. Kaylin, I didn't comment on your video on your one. I just played it last night. I didn't, so I was doing a bunch of things. I didn't make any comments on it. I played it. I'll probably review it so I can get a better look at what was going on. Star Homestead Indy is here. And what we got here? Everyone's talking. Good. I know there's some new names coming in here, so when I get down to the Doris Hartman's here. Woo! And Shawnee Shave is here. Kathy D. Salt and Light is in the house. And yes, just a tad rusty. I mean, it's been nice. It's been nice not having to schedule and do all the work and stuff. And then you popped up, and of course, last Thursday, Stephanie, Idaho Garden Girl, interviewed me. I told her beforehand. She goes, "Oh, we'll probably do about an hour unless you want to go longer." I said, "Are you going to ask about everything?" She goes, "Yeah, it's going to be about 3 hours." It was 3 hours before we got off.
Wow.
And then after she closed it, we were on for another hour talking.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. So I said I was going to do it. So for those that want to come up here of the usual, just about everybody's making a comment is allowed to come up here. And in fact, everybody's making a comment. If they want to come up, can come up. Control C and put that down here. I'm going to post the link. Yeah. But while anyone's decided to come up, I'm going to share some stuff real quick here. Actually, I'm going to change the outlook here for a second until someone else gets up here.
Oh.
I polled my favorite movies change back and forth like the tides. I got some DVDs here of some of my favorite movies, and I've watched these a bunch. A Fistful of Dollars, for a few dollars more, and Good, Bad, and the Ugly. The Man with No Name trilogy. All right, that was one of my big ones.
My dad's a huge Western fan, so I've seen.
Right along with that, at the same time frame, The Magnificent Seven. Now, shortly after that is another one which most people kind of go, huh? About Billy Jack.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
There are 4 movies.
Oh.
The first one is called Born Losers. Second one is Billy Jack. Third one, The Trial of Billy Jack. And the fourth one, Billy Jack Goes to Washington.
Interesting.
And the movie Billy Jack, the theme song in it was 110 Soldier by Coven. And I had it out on 45. I had it on LP. I got it off of my Amazon Music. So now, some of my all-time top favorites. Now, most people have never heard of this one. Terrence Hill and Henry Fonda. My Name is Nobody. This one actually has impacted the book I'm writing. Yeah, actually impacts the girl in the book I'm writing, because she pulls off the same thing that Terrence Hill does when he's faced off against 3 guys. I'm not going to spoil it. You guys, if you check this movie out, it's free on, I think it's on Tubi. I'm not sure if it's on Roku. And it pops up for free all the time on Amazon Prime. And then, of course, another one with Henry Fonda, where he's the bad guy in it, Once Upon a Time in the West. Now, this one And the 3 Clint Eastwood ones, the music, I mean, it was all directed by the same guy, Sergio Leone, and the music is all by the same guy, Ennio Morricone. And he also did like the Mission and some other ones. He did some other music, and he's done hundreds of movies, and people don't know him, but they know his work.
Yeah.
Yes. Terrence Hill. He's the slap master. And that is from this movie. And the bar scene. It is the slap master bar scene. It is one of the most famous ones around. So I did those 2, and then the other one, which was for those of you that are Tom Selleck fans, Quigley Down Under was an excellent one. It got panned by the critics. Hey, Brother Donnie, how's it going? But this one still is amazing. And in fact, this movie has affected the military snipers, because there's a shot called a Quigley that military snipers try to do where they take out 2 targets with 1 shot from this movie.
Yeah, King Poobah. Tombstone is one of my favorites as well.
Yeah.
And then I really like that Clint Eastwood movie, The Two Mules for Sister Sarah.
Yeah.
I really like that one because it's witty and it's funny, and along with the seriousness. But I honestly, it's now been years since I've seen it. My dad was a huge Western Clint Eastwood fan. So
yeah. All right, moving forward in time. This one's going to freak you. It's going to throw you off your thing. You ready for this one? This is not. You want to be expecting this one. Streets of Fire.
Huh.
If you haven't seen it, look at Diane Lane sings in it, and that's Michael Pereira from Greatest American Hero. He's done some really serious one. He did the Philadelphia Experiment.
That when Diane Lane was really young.
Yes.
Because she didn't really start like getting into the scene until she was in her 40s.
Yeah. So this was in her when she was in her 20s.
Wow.
Yeah. And so and then of course now we're gonna take another side step. It's just plain old good, and besides Kurt Russell returning to Disney, some of the other characters have gone on to make some real cool movies too. And of course, in this, can't think of her name right now. Linda Carter is the principal of Sky High, and at the end she goes, "I've done all I can. What am I, Wonder Woman?" And she walks off.
That's funny.
And of course, there's one here which some people don't like. I like both of these.
Yeah.
Kick-Ass and Kick-Ass 2.
I don't think I've ever seen those.
Oh.
Man, now I feel like I used to be like, when we didn't have cable back in the day, and this was before streaming became really popular, we used to go to Walmart every Friday and buy movies instead of, we didn't have cable, so we'd watch movies all the time. We ended up with this huge movie collection. And here I am thinking I have seen every movie ever, and I haven't. So
yeah. What was funny is, I've read the interviews on this from Chloe, and her. She was an underage when she did it, and she goes, "If I use any of the language I use in that movie, my mom would wash my mouth out with soap. But I'm getting paid for it, so it's okay." But it's interesting. There's a whole comic book series on it before the movies, and really cool. And what's interesting is, if you watch it, Chloe does all her stunts in the movie, and they said there's no wires. She's doing those stunts. That's what something like that's what impresses me. And of course, my buddy's in the back. All 3 videos.
Yeah, we went through a phase where we watched those, like all of them, not too long ago.
Yeah. Now, of these, number 1 is the most serious and darkest.
Yeah.
2 has the most tongue-in-cheek pun lines by everybody.
But I like the fact that they brought out the oldies. Like they brought in Chuck Norris.
Yes.
Them. I think that is so cool.
And the scene where they're talking in the street when they first meet Chuck Norris and stuff, you have to listen to that 3 or 4 times because every line is a reference to another movie.
Yeah, I think that's so cool. And I love how they're all together in them. I love that.
Number 4 has even more in it.
Bruce
Number
Willis
4
in the first or the second one.
Oh, Bruce Willis?
Bruce Willis.
He was in
I think it was the first.
He was in 1 and 2.
Oh, okay.
He was CIA agent Church in 1 and 2. He was replaced by Harrison Ford in number 3.
Yeah,
as drummer.
Starting to get bad, like right around those times.
Yeah, his the mental the condition he's got, which is affecting him, but he's come back and he's made a little bit of improvement, and he's made a couple movies since then.
Yeah, I just like the fact that they brought everybody together and all like the superhero or not superhero, but action guys, and even Jean-Claude Van Damme. Like,
yeah,
who would have thought of that? Like, I think that's so cool that they brought them all together. So, super cool movies. If you guys,
I like Dustin's. I do my own stunt and knock myself out with a T-pose puller. I almost knocked myself out with a pounder. It was going in and went down side, went so hard it came over and I just it just caught and flicked and I just barely moved my head.
Yeah, I watched him do that from a distance, and he had a black eye.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's funny when Expendables 3 came out. I always mispronounce her name. Ronda
Rousey.
Yeah. When it came out, a couple of my scouts went out and got their parents to take them to it.
Oh, cool.
Oh, they were so in love with Ronda.
Really?
Yes. These 14, 15, and 16-year-old scouts are just drooling. Oh, wow. In a meeting, if they were getting rowdy and uncooperative with me, I go, "Hey, it's Ronda." Dead son. Oh, what?
Oh, I just don't think she's all that. But yeah, I guess if, she was wearing a hot dress and.
Well, put it this way, she took silver for judo in the Olympics, and then she got into mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
Pros, and she was undefeated for quite a while. All right, next one here. We're going to the modern horror genre. The one that still scares a lot of people whenever there's a thumping under their house. Tremors.
Oh my gosh. I remember seeing that movie when I was a kid. I would be terrified because they always played it on TV.
Yeah. Well, this is the last one of the series, Shrieker Island. When I saw the ending of it, I go, wait a minute. They could make that as a phony and I'm going to do it, but they can make a phony and make another one after it. So, and I've heard rumors that they're trying to get Michael Gross to make another one.
Wow.
And then of course, one of the other ones here, other than the James Bond ones and stuff, the Kingsman. I have all 3 of the Kingsmans as well. And those are just some. I mean, like I said, it depends on the mood I'm in as to what's my favorite movie.
Yeah. I don't know. There's some movies like I'm not really all that into. I don't like comic book type movies. I'm not a fan. I know Sin City was like this dark comic book type deal.
Men in Black was a comic book.
Huh?
Men in Black was a comic book.
Yes, that was, but that wasn't filmed like that.
Right.
Whereas the other movie was filmed like
filmed
I wasn't into that at all.
Yeah, that type of film, I'm not really into it.
Yeah.
The first one is best. Yeah, Reba McEntire. Yes, and I was so upset when they took her out of the second one. And she and just forgot his name. Michael Gross were husband and wife, and they had a parting of the ways once the the Cold War fell apart. Anyways, but yeah, it was. I mean, I would have loved to seen her come back in the second. Had been there in the second one, and Kevin Bacon was in there too.
Kevin Bacon has played in some really good movies. Besides the fact that he was in Footloose, we can forgive him for that. But
oh, hey,
he's been in some good movies.
What was his big movie break?
I can't remember.
Animal House.
Animal House. Oh my gosh, yes.
Be calm, people, be calm.
That's so funny that you say that, because when that movie came, they reissued it or something. It came out in the movie theater, and I went and saw it with my boss. It was very awkward, but it's been a long time since I've seen it.
Yeah. I mean, you know, there just a few. I mean, we got boxes and boxes. We got 2 bookcases full of DVDs.
Yeah.
And there's still a DVD cabinet thing there in California, and some other ones that my sons have as well. But yeah, there is a lot of cool ones. I mean, what's interesting is, well, I can't. Those are TV ones. I can't talk about TV. Is not for tonight. TV is for another night. Mm-hmm. But there are some interesting movies and stuff that are just amazing. We actually got my mom got a Rodgers and Hammerstein movie set collection.
Oh, nice. The
DVDs. I mean, it was about this wide of DVDs. And my wife saw it and goes, I want one too. And she got one. And when we were cleaning everything out when I was there in California, we had putting a bunch of stuff out and stuff was disappearing. We put that one out and someone stomped on the brakes going by, ran over, grabbed it, and, you know, because we were giving all stuff away. This stuff, you know, we were just getting rid of. And they must have had 20/40 vision and saw that and hopped out and grabbed that one. And,
that's funny.
Yeah.
I like a lot of Roger Hammerstein movies, but my favorite is The Sound of Music. I like
King and I. I just love the King and I.
That is also a historical movie, type of movie, that it kind of happened. It's historical fiction.
It was based on a true fact.
Yeah.
But they fluffed it up a bunch.
Yeah. The King and I was really good too.
Yeah.
But I don't like Jodie Foster that much. And her in that movie, I would just think that, because there was a Jodie Foster one too. And
a later one?
King and I. And there wasn't a musical, but it was, I don't know, you would thought in The King and I, there would have been a prettier woman to play the part. And she was just plain.
Jodie Foster is a plain Jane.
Yeah.
But back in the days, I'm trying to remember that she and Tatum O'Neal, was it Little Darlings? It was a camp one, and they were in it, and it was like, whoa, this was an R-rated one, and they were both minors in it and stuff. Yeah, and it was like all the guys I knew, they go, talk about a jailbait film. They put those two out there. You're just like. All the guys were in college were just gaga over Jodie and Tatum, and they were both minors.
Yes, Star. It's The Sound of Music is the nun running around, and I've always loved The Sound of Music. I thought it was such a great story. It is a story. The family was a real family. So
yes, the Von Trapps.
And so I just always enjoyed it. Okay. I thought it was fantastic.
Okay.
And plus, you know, I have a lot of family from Germany and Austria. My grandfather came from Austria, and my great-grandfather. And so the song Edelweiss is just, it's their song.
Yeah. Oh, I almost forgot. Going to try to kick off the weight loss challenge again here. It was supposed to wrap up yesterday. One of my team captains wasn't emailing the weights when he was getting them. So we're going to try to kick it off again in a couple of weeks. I actually got down to 190 for several days.
Nice.
Yeah, I need to go. I need to lose at least another 30 pounds. Get down to 160. And my wife's now said, "You think you're going to do that? Maybe if you let me keep on my diet when I'm there, not trying to give me these huge servings of food." She goes, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah, Rebel. I used to. I don't know where it is, but I used to have the Sound of Music soundtrack, on CD. But I haven't listened to a CD, and now I don't know how long. So.
Okay, hang on here. I'm just checking something out here. The Von Trapp family was active from 1935 to 1957, the year I was born. And I'm just trying to think. They fled Austria in 1938, bought a farm amid the mountains of Stowe, Vermont in 1942. In 1950, they had opened the Trapp Family Lodge, a 27-room structure. It was guided by fire in 1980, but replaced with a 96-room resort. And of the original ones, all of the original 7 Von Trapp children had died by 2014. Only one of the later 3 children born to George and Maria is still alive as of August last year. Eleanor Von Trapp.
Wow.
One of the ones died on Eleanor Trapp died in 2021, and Rosemary died in 2022 in May. So just one of the 3 children, they're not naming who that one is still alive. But if you do look it up on Wikipedia, you can find it out. But yeah. So yeah, because the last time I looked them up was back in 2019, and the 3 kids are still alive. So, but yeah.
Interesting.
How about Blue Bloods? We're going to talk about TV shows on a different one in a couple weeks. Because there's a whole bunch of cool TV show ones that I like. And what's interesting, my grandkids really like the one anime TV show from back when I was a teenager. They like it, and they like watching it. So now I got to get on DVD. I got to get the 2 other shows that I used to watch, and that I like, my brothers like, our nieces and nephews like, and all the and my kids like. So yeah, so I got to find them now on DVD or Blu-ray. Chucky franchise. Yeah, there's the Chucky franchise. Hang on. Yes, there is the Nightmare on Elm Street, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What's Ghostface then? What's it called? I'm having a brain for Scream. Friday the 13th, Halloween. Yeah, and the thing is, I grew up when the first ones of those movies came out, and it was like Freddy, Nightmare on Elm Street still creeps my wife out.
Yeah,
because she saw it as a teenager.
I grew up watching those because my brother was he was older than me, so they would always watch them when he was, younger. So I just so happened to be there. So I used to see them. But Freddy Krueger used to creep me out. And the original Child's Play, that would always creep me out with the doll. I don't like that one either that much.
Yeah, Chucky.
Yeah, Chucky.
Well, there's there is some backstory between if I get my fingers right here, between Freddy and Michael Myers. Those movies are connected in the fact that Michael Myers, as a kid, while he went off the deep end, he was molested by somebody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, most people don't know that.
I did, yeah.
And they put that out, and then they kind of pulled it back. Well, all right, we don't want to say he was actually molested, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but that's that was one of the things, because they were in the process of making the movie explaining the history between those two.
Interesting.
So that was a little too deep, and too many people go, oh, you can't say that naughty stuff about them.
What?
Yeah. But I mean, science fiction movies. Oh, a couple ones I didn't bring out. Galaxy Quest is still it has become a cult icon one, with Tim Allen and Sigourney Weaver. I can't think of his name. Oh, hang on. He was the bad guy in this one. Alan Rickman. And yeah, I mean, it was just. And there's a movie out called Never Retreat, Never Surrender. It's free on Amazon Prime right now, and it goes into it, and how they made like the aliens walk. The aliens don't walk like we do, or the arm, like left arm, right arm, left foot, left arm, left. Like normally it's the same side, and it's hard to do, and that's the way they walk. That's why they kind of rock the way they do. And the two of the actors came up with the language, just screwing around. They go, "Oh, that's cool," and they made a language for them. The breaking fingernails is getting me every time. Breaking fingernails gets. I'm not sure what that one's from.
I don't know.
But. Yeah, there are a bunch of good movies. You just got to pick your genre, and even you pick your genre. A lot of people do the new ones, like The Quick and the Dead, and some of the new movies, the new ones for the remakes of the Magnificent Seven and stuff. It's like, and you tell someone that's a remake, and they go, a remake, and then you show them the old one, and they're like, whoa, that's so much better. Yeah, and just because the acting was a different way, with Yul Brynner and Steve McQueen and Robert Vaughn, Eli Wallach. I mean, you're talking mega stars in a one movie. And what's so funny in the Magnificent Seven, in the beginning, some of the side bit supporting actors were mega stars too later on.
Yeah.
And some people don't even recognize him in that. They'll write for they did other westerns. The one guy, the corset salesman, played the Lone Ranger when what's his name? I'm having a brain fart again. Jay Silverheels and Moore. When Moore couldn't play it for 1 year, he stepped in and he was the Lone Ranger for a year. And there were some other ones stuff. Oh, is that Exosuits, the Aliens and Alien franchise, and and of course, you talk about aliens, you got to talk about Predators and the Weed Whacker from the first movie.
Hey, Guardian.
Hey, Guardian, how's it going?
Shadow. Waterworld is one of my favorites as well. I thought that was a really great movie. And I don't know if you've seen it. It's another Kevin Costner, but it's called The Postman.
Yes, I love it.
You really have to watch both of them there, because they're both kind of have the same apocalyptic attitudes, but they're completely different. It's really neat. You have to watch it. It's really good.
Yeah. Now, Waterworld
bad reviews, but I like them so.
Waterworld, part of its bad reviews was, and that's why my wife doesn't watch Kevin Costner movies anymore. That's the movie where he cheated with his co-star on his wife and divorced his wife.
Oh, in Waterworld? Oh.
Yeah. Hey, Shadow Scout, how's it going? Yeah. But the one of the longest ones Kevin Costner was in, it was a good one, was Dances with Wolves.
Yes, I love that movie.
Yeah.
I like historical movies like that. Like,
yeah. My wife used to watch. She liked Dances with Wolves, and when after Waterworld, she goes, "I can't watch one of my favorite movies anymore." Goosebumps, yeah, my boys love Goosebumps and stuff. But if you want to talk horror genre star, you got to go back to black and white.
Mm-hmm.
The black and white didn't have the gore, but it would scare the pee out of you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Bela Lugosi. And Bela Lugosi was, there's truly not a better Dracula than Bela Lugosi.
I'm really interested in Bela Lugosi, his actual life as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think that man is super interesting and weird, and so I like reading about him. But yeah, I like Alfred Hitchcock too, which he has made some really interesting movies. And of course, there's the famous ones like The Birds and Psycho, which has made several different renditions off of those and whatnot.
All right. The Wolfman, 1941. Lon Chaney Jr. That's the Wolfman. Bela Lugosi was in it. Claude Rains was in it. Ellen Akers. Ralph Bellamy. Big stars doing horror films that weren't all blood and gore, but they scared the jeebers out of you. I'm just trying to think. Boris Karloff. And thing is, these guys, Lon Chaney, Bela Lugosi, and Boris Karloff, did their own makeup.
Mm.
As much as they could, they did their own makeup. Then they find, like with the wolf thing, they had to get people helping them do it, but they designed it.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Swamp Thing, another good one. Swamp Thing, The Creature from the Black Lagoon, The Blob. The Blob was one. Them, the one with Arness, James Arness was in it, and it was the one about the giant ants, and had I can't think of his name now. Bad Day at Black Rock actor. He was in it too. I just can't think of the name. Movie M.O. Trying to find it. 1954. Them. James Whitmore. James Arness. You got Edmund Gwenn, and Fess Parker was in there as a supporting one. So there was, but these guys just, I just love the old ones. I used to watch them whenever they come on for free on Amazon. Now I got Tubi and Roku to watch these on too. And it's just, it can in getting work done around here. Killer Tomato, best vegan movie of all time. No, second, I think Killer Tomato comes in second to Little Shop of Horrors.
I remember seeing Puppet Masters when I was younger, but I never really got into it. I thought it was cheesy. Yeah. So I didn't really get into it, and I think they made more of them, but I never really.
Yeah. Actually, no, I'm not looking over at IMDb. I'm looking at Wiki. I just throw it up there.
I like all the underworld movies too. I like them because they're also like, some of them are like old, like set in old times, that kind of thing, and I'm really into that. So. Indian in the Cupboard was such a good movie.
Yeah.
It was also a good book. They forced us to read it when we were younger.
All right. Here we go. You just made me a same book. You reminded me of some other ones I didn't bring in here. And I used to like the animated version, but I love the 3-part movie version, The Hobbit.
Mm.
Then, unfortunately, and then they made The Hobbit after they made The Lord of the Rings. And technically, The Hobbit took 3 movies to do it, and they left a bunch out still.
Yeah.
And then when they get to the Lord of the Rings and stuff, I mean, they should have done 9 movies for the Lord of the Rings to cover it properly, and they did. They never talked about Tom Bombadil, the most powerful entity in the Fellowship of the Ring. And those that don't know who Tom Bombadil is, he was helping Frodo and Pippi and Merry when things went wrong, and for some reason Frodo shows him the ring. He picks it, looks at the ring, flicks it up in the air. It lands on his finger. It puts it on his finger. Nothing happens. Takes it off, flicks it in the air, and it disappears. And they're all freaking out. You just destroyed the ring! And all of a sudden, it appears in his hand. He had power over the ring.
Yeah.
The ring had no influence. Yeah, exactly. Tom was unstoppable. But the problem is, like Gandalf explained later, is like he would have lost interest in the ring.
Yeah.
But those are a modern day based on true stories into one movie. I'm drawing a blank on that. I just watched it a couple weeks ago. I want to get this right before I say the name of it. Okay, starring Denzel Washington as Frank, Chris Pine as Will, Rosario Dawson as Connie, and of course as where is it? Oh man, they're putting him way down the list here, and he should be right up in there because he's the main one here. Lou Templeton as Ned Oldman, about trains, called Unstoppable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with the runaway 777, the runaway train and stuff.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, that was you're there like watching and having worked on trains for the Niles Canyon Railroad as a volunteer. Hey, Glenn, how's it going? And working the trains and stuff. And yeah, when I had arguments with people that were saying, well, the train coupler or something, as soon as it comes together, should have gotten. Sometimes the pins don't drop, and you got to beat the pin down in there, and then get write a work ticket on it, so that the next time it's in the yard, they pull it, grind it a little bit, grease it, and get it working again.
Yeah.
But
my mom and dad always bragged about how, I forget where they were staying. They were staying where that film was being shot, and they got to meet Denzel Washington's body double or something.
Yeah.
And still to this day, my mom talks about that. Oh, he was such a nice guy.
Yeah. And that was filmed in Pennsylvania at the Curve. New Stanton Curve. I was there back in '78, and long before the film. And I was there, New Stanton and a couple of the towns around there, and I'd kicking around out there and stuff, and I'd been in it. So when that movie came out, it's like, I remember that. I know that. That's cool. Yes. And it's, yeah. Yes. Unstoppable is like watching the first Speed movie, the Keanu Reeves.
Hey,
Have
Jay.
you seen Peaky Blinders? No, I haven't. Haven't seen that one. Hey, Howie, how's it going?
Really good, and it's a show. So, but yeah, if you guys haven't seen that, you need to watch it because it's amazing.
Yeah. But for those who just came in, out of all, I showed a whole bunch of movies. Several group of movies like the Man with No Name, Good, Mad, and Ugly, Fistful of Dollars, $3 More, the Billy Jack ones, the Kingsman ones, the Tremors ones. But I would have to say, if I can find it here, again, where'd I put it? If I was to pick one movie as my favorite, it's going to have to be this one. Second place is going to be Once Upon a Time in the West. But My Name is Nobody. And the problem is, some of the versions have stuff edited out of it. If you can get the European version in English that has the extra 20 minutes in it, it is so much better, and it's fantastic. I mean, it's just like, this is almost 2 hours, and the longer one's 2 hours and 15 minutes. And it's just absolutely fabulous.
Hey, Green Granny.
Hey, Denise, how's it going?
Yeah, and it's just, like I said, it depends on the year, it depends on the season, and it depends on my current mood is which movie is my favorite one. Because I have some that it's like I really like, and it's like, no, I'm gonna watch something else. That just doesn't appeal to me right now. And whereas before I've watched it 7 or 8 times, and it had been a couple of years ago, and all of a sudden right now it's like, no.
One movie that I absolutely loved and took me a minute to actually not understand it, but get the humor in it is the movie Sideways, and it has Paul Giamatti in it. And I absolutely cracked up laughing through the entire movie. If you need a good laugh, I highly suggest watching that one. It's funny, but it's a little raunchy, but it's so funny. I laughed so hard.
Okay, you just made me think of something here.
I'm a huge Paul Giamatti fan, so.
All right, where is it? My stuff. Watch list. Oh, one of my all-time favorite movies. I watched it for free in Prime, and now that it's buy or rent. Stephen Chow, Kung Fu Hustle.
Oh yeah, I own that movie.
You laugh your butt off on it.
It's
and he
hilarious.
He goes, you throw the knife at it. And his friend goes to throw the knife and sticks him in the shoulder. Tries another one. And he goes, step forward. And when he goes back with it, he stabs him in the arm.
Yeah. I saw the movie in the movie theater, and then later on I bought the actual movie because it was so funny.
One of the ones I watched as a teenager was a Jackie Chan, Rumble in the Bronx. That was actually pretty good. Ender's Game was El Dorado, John Wayne and Robert Mitchum. It's a really good one. But there's a one called made in Norway. I think it's Norway, or maybe it's Sweden. Ashlad. There's 2 movies, Ashlad movies. Both are really good. Those are some of the ones I just popped up here. I took the other ones down. Oh, okay. Let me see if I can put this over here. This one. Okay. Never Surrender, Galaxy Quest documentary. That's one. It's a good one. But another Tim Allen one, The 6 Wives of Henry LaFay. You will cry. You will laugh. My wife couldn't believe I liked it.
Huh.
Yeah. And then there was another one that it must have kicked off. Oh no, there it is. It's still there. The Map of Tiny Perfect Things. This is free on Prime. Prepare to cry. It's basically sort of like the Bill Murray Groundhog Day. Only it's these two kids, and they're the only ones their day keeps on repeating.
Oh,
but they can remember everything nobody else can, and so they're learning everything that happens in the town, and they're trying to find the perfect things, and they're creating a map. And when they finally find it all, I'm not going to ruin it, but it's amazing. There we go. Norway, made in Norway. Woohoo! Woohoo! Yes, Ashlad is made in Norway. If you guys, it's a good movie. Yeah, it's a science. It's a science. It's a magic fantasy, ogres and trolls and stuff like that, and witches. And
one movie I really liked. It's made in India. There's several versions of it. It's called Bahubali.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get a chance to watch it, it's freaking amazing. It is a Bollywood like action movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on Netflix, and it's really good. And if you get a chance, see it, because there's a lot of action, war. There's like all different kinds of things in it. And then it's a love story. I mean, it's everything mixed into one, but it's a really, really good movie. So if you get a chance, watch it.
Oh, okay. This, for those that missed it, one of the ones I showed earlier was the Billy Jack collection.
Mm-hmm.
Has the Billy Jack, the #2 movie in the series, has the best line, and is quoted. I've seen it quoted in other movies and stuff, and TV shows and Saturday Night Live and stuff. And where Billy Jack goes, "I'm going to take the right side of this foot and whop you in the right side of your face, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it." And the guy goes, "Really? Really?" Whop! And the foot comes up, just drops him to the ground. John Wayne movie. Love, comedy, action. The Quiet Man.
Mm.
If you haven't seen The Quiet Man, watch it. It's really good. John Wayne plays a boxer who quit the game, quit the sport because he killed somebody in the ring, and he goes back to his where his mother was born at, to a town of Innisfree, Ireland. Yes, and it's there are several love things going on in it, and there's comedy things going on it. There's a friendly the Catholic priest and the Protestant minister support each other when their higher ups come to town. So the higher ups go, "Oh, they're doing a great job," and they leave them alone. So there's some good. I mean, The Quiet Man. I don't know. I've probably seen that about 20 times. So but Quiet Man just made me think of another genre, musicals, not just musicals. Back in the 60s and 50s musicals.
Oh.
Fred Astaire, Gene Kelly. I can watch those forever and ever. Bing Crosby. I mean, all those ones, of course, White Christmas, Singing in the Rain, all the Fred Astaire ones, man. It's just, I could watch it just for Fred Astaire dancing.
Yeah.
And it's just, and what's funny, if you look at Fred Astaire when he's dancing, he holds his hands like this. He curls his fingers under because he thought his fingers were so long. And so he always curled them in slightly. They're always curled in slightly, the middle ones, so it doesn't look like, things sticking out there. Oh, Jay, the net kicked you off again, huh?
Well, I'm going to have to jump down here. I have to
Yeah.
get Fred ready for bed.
Yeah.
So thank you for having me up. And
Okay.
you guys enjoy talking about movies because this is a subject I could go on and on and on about. So.
All right. There's the link again. I just put it out there.
Have a good one, y'all.
Best war movie, Guns of Navarone. Actually, I think the best movie is The Longest Day. Is one of them, Longest Day, and the other one is all right, three about war movies. The Longest Day, A Bridge Too Far, and crap. The one with James Stewart as the Colonel, and the Battle of the Bulge. CR was singing in the rain today. So there's a link if someone else wants to come up here and talk about your favorite movies. I mean, All right, going along the lines of my prepper channel, Gray Man Prepping, we're trying to stock up on all the TV shows that we can, the good ones like Smallville, Dragon Ball, some of the Dragon Ball animes, Star Blazers. My wife has a bunch of the ones, Downton Abbey and all those. We'll talk about those more later. But we're also talking about movies, and we're actually pulling up some of the old musicals, the old dance ones, the old the Thin Man ones and stuff, trying to find those and stuff. Those and trying to get those so that if the things happen, we have good stuff to show our kids. I love True Grit, but if it's a John Wayne one, I'm going to have to give that second place. Really, if you want The Cowboys. And The Shootist is up there in number 3 spot. But I think The Cowboys, with Roscoe Brown and the others and stuff, outdid True Grit. Joe Kidd, yeah. All right. Bridge Over the River Kwai was my dad watched that. We watched it a couple times, as well. Bridge Over the River Kwai. Trying to think of anything. The original Obi-Wan Kenobi was in that. Yeah. The Cowboys was, I believe, the first Western movie where John Wayne died in it. And it wasn't in the end. But The Last Samurai, Last Samurai is a good one. Tom Cruise has some really good movies out there as well. But there's some of these older ones, McClintock. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart here. El Dorado. I like James Caan in El Dorado. They wrote James Caan's part as comic, and he didn't know they wanted to do comedy on it. And so when they started doing the first shots, and he played it straight. I think it was John Ford changed his mind and told him to keep playing it that way. He liked it. Yes, killed by Bruce Dern, who became one of the most hated actors in Hollywood. However, he actually became a very successful actor. Prior to that, he wasn't doing bad guys. After that, he did a lot of bad guys, and he became a loved bad guy.
Yeah, for a while there, he found it hard to work, and because he was trying to get characters that were not bad, try to break out of that, but they kept offering him bad characters. Finally, started taking bad characters, and he got some good, meaty, bad characters. Sounds kind of weird. He got some good, meaty, bad characters. The Narnia series are some good ones too. My wife has the Narnia series because my daughter really loves it, so she got all of them. She also has the books for the kids to read. But yeah, there's you look at all the movies. There are a lot of great movies out there, and then there's a lot of bombs, and then some of the ones that are classified as bombs. If you look at them, it's like, why did this thing bomb? This is actually pretty good. And there's a few of those ones that have come back as cult icon movies, and they're just, they're really good. Someone mentioned the Goonies earlier, way earlier. That's another one we have. And then there was, of course, the Gremlins, about the same time frame as well. So tomorrow night, I'm not going to go live tomorrow night, 4th of July. Everybody will be posting 4th of July fireworks videos. I'm not going to do 4th of July tomorrow. And Friday, I can't do live on Friday because my daughter for this session of her work is doing double shifts. So, usually she works a 3-hour shift. Well, they're having her do 6, and so she's doing that. Oh, yes, Ivanhoe, excellent one. The Mask of all the Zorro ones with same guy did the one the famous Robin Hood one too, but then also the Zorro one from Disney, the Disney Zorro films. Good, and of course you're going to go talk about Robin Hood. My wife hates this movie. She hates it. Robin Hood, Men in Tights. Were men tights, tights. Yes. The Mark of Zorro, and if you look back at that time frame, there were a bunch of Zorros that were kind of following along, and then there's the son of Zorro, the daughter of Zorro. Actually weren't bad, but people were getting tired of Zorro by that time. Random inserts. Independence Day, yes. Speaking of Independence Day, the second one, the producers wish they'd never killed off. Can't give his name now. Can't give his name. Shoot. Men in Black. Will Smith. They wish they didn't kill off Will Smith. Will Smith couldn't make the movie. He had other commitments, and they killed him off. They wish they didn't, because then they would have done the third Independence Day one. But Will Smith was on. They killed that off for that one. But then you get into Will Smith's movies. The Men in Black, and they're good fun ones. They're just plain good fun ones. But the iRobot, Will Smith iRobot, that was a good. Independence Day. It came out later on. Had most of the same cast in it.
Independence Day 2 film was 2016. Resurgence. Still had Jeff Goldblum in it. Still had Bill Pullman. Still had Brent Spiner in it. Still had Judd Hirsch in it. But basically, they brought in the next generation. The kid that Will Smith adopted in it for his, when he married the thing. He's the hot shot troublemaking pilot in it. And yeah. So Jesse Usher played Dylan Hiller in it. Yeah. Oh. My mind's going back to the musicals we talked about. I have a tie for musicals. White Christmas, Singing in the Rain. Yeah. What's interesting, there was a movie that was a spooky monster one that was so good. I want to clarify. I'm pretty sure it started the movie first, and then they turned it into a TV series. STO. All right. No. Okay, it's coming up here. I have to go through it the back way here. It's not showing. It's trying to give me the remake it. Kolchak, the Night Stalker, and it was a movie in '73, I believe it was, and it became a TV series in '74. But Kolchak, the Night Stalker. Darren McGavin was the actor for it. Singing in Icy Rain. But the Seven Samurai, which was used to make as the blueprint to make this Magnificent Seven. And there are some excellent Japanese and Chinese movies as well. And I'm not talking about the. No, I'm talking about the ones that are done really good and not the cranked out high speed kung fu ones. There's some other ones that are actually really good. Yeah. That sounds familiar. One of the monster movies. No? When I type that in there, it comes up with Godzilla. Oh. That's what originally it was called that in it. Yeah, so the original Godzilla one with Raymond Burr was actually pretty good. I like some of the Japanese historical movies. Those are pretty good. Yeah, Godzilla, Mothra, Rodan, all the different monster ones. I tell you, all right. One of the ones I liked watching just because it was cute and funny was the Godzilla one. With Godzilla's son, Godzuki. That was just funny. And Godzuki's trying to blow the stuff, and he blows a little smoke ring, and that's it. And he's trying. Godzilla reaches over and steps on his tail. Yeah. Pearl Harbor, yeah. Oh. Now, how many of you, be honest, guys, come on, guys, be honest, how many of you like a good moving picture, even though it has a scene, a part in it where it makes you cry? It has it grabs your heart and twists your heart, then it gets back to the action. I think those are pretty good movies when they do that, when they can give you the action, give you the heart wrench, and throw it all together so that both you and the lady can watch it. Tora, Tora, Tora. Okay, yeah. Oh, speaking of Tora, Tora and Pearl Harbor, one of my favorite ones along that is a science fiction one with Kirk Douglas as the captain and Martin Sheen as the civilian observer from the Department of Defense. Final Countdown. That is a good one. I've seen it so many times on. Yes, Jay fired it off there. Final Countdown. Yeah, that and that just at the end there just blows your mind with all the possibilities of the guy trying not to tweak history. Hey Diggs, how's it going? And all the possibilities of how things could have gone wrong, and the attitude of all the admirals and and stuff and everything of walk off the ship like not believing what actually happened. That time travel is possible, but we just can't figure out how to do it. It's an effect of nature. Also makes you think about the what happens with the Bermuda Triangle. The Notebook. Oh, okay. The Time Traveler's Wife. That's another one that makes you. My wife likes, and it's just kind of one of these ones that's I like it too, but it's another one of those grab your heart ones. But yeah, Jay. The F-14 Tomcats and the Japanese Zeros. First introduction to each other's. Zeros are flying along. Tomcats. Oh yeah, man! I tell you, it gives me chills every time I see it. It's absolutely, it's one of those what ifs. What if the Enterprise next time went back? If the Enterprise went back to Boston Harbor, 1775, 1776. Oh, Blues Brothers, yes. Smoking the Bandit, American Graffiti. And what is so funny, Blues Brothers, Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi put out, I think, I got 5 of their albums, the Blues Brother albums. I got 5 of them. And so, yeah, so they, the movies that, as it started off as a skit on Saturday Night Live, turned into a movie, turned into a side hustle for Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi going around performing as the Blues Brothers. Yeah, some of the war movies are good, but then when I look at some of those war movies and I see the actual footage, it's like I'm no longer watching the movie. I'm looking at the historical footage documents. And that just kind of, because as a kid, as a teenager and stuff, I got books on the B-17, the P-51 Mustang, the crap, I just forgot the number, the Corsair, the swept wing Corsair. Yes, yes, yes. What do you want for nothing? A rubber biscuit? You never go hungry with rubber biscuit. If you throw it away, it bounces off the wall and right back into your mouth. Yes, there are some good Blues Brothers songs. Yes, I love those. To Hell and Back. Yes, Audie Murphy's story. Yes, along with Audie Murphy, To Hell and Back. Sergeant York. Oh, Sergeant York is a good one. I gotta check it. Now I'm gonna write that one down. Sergeant York and Audie Murphy, To Hell and Back, and see if they are around on Tubi and Roku. To Hell and Back. Like I put that little post-it thing up on top and in the blue there up there. Get notebook, write down some of the movies we're talking about here. And Sergeant York. 2 real life people's real good movies. And what's so interesting is that Audie Murphy plays himself into Hell and Back. Hacksaw Ridge. Okay, I got another Ridge for you, CR. I want to do it right here. I want to make sure I get the actors in here right. 1986 film starring Mario Van Peebles, Everett McGill, Pete Koss, Moses Gunn, and Clint Eastwood. Yes, F4U Corsair. Yes, absolutely right, Diggs. Yes. So I had books on all those, and not the B-26, the A-26. Both were small aircrafts. Both were, but the A-26 was an attack craft. Hey, Wendy, how's it going? All right, so the movie I'm thinking about here with Mario Van Peebles, Clint Eastwood, Everett McGill, and the others, Heartbreak Ridge. And it's based on a true story. Both parts of it, the historical part of it and the current in the now part of the movie. Ah, yes. Oh, yeah. And any movie or documentary movie about aircraft, I love. Google Foo Fighters. And anybody know what Foo Fighters are, you get an extra 5 points. All right, so I think we've covered a lot of great movies tonight. Really quick before I wrap it up here, in order of time, let me get set up here right. That one, this one. I get this set up here right. Hang on, guys. Okay. Some of my favorite movies, going back, trying to get it in time of the ones I brought out here, mainly with Westerns. There is the Man with No Name trilogy, which is the Fistful of Dollars, A Few Dollars More, and The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Directed by Sergio Leone and music by Ennio Morricone. Important fact here. The Magnificent Seven. Bounce around in between. Billy Jack films. My Name is Nobody, my number one favorite one. Also, Sergio Leone and score by Ennio Morricone. Once Upon a Time in the West, Sergio Leone and Ennio Morricone. Quigley Down Under. If you haven't seen Quigley Down Under, I know it got panned by a lot of the critics. It's actually pretty good. It's got a good score to it. Then I shifted gears on everybody back in the beginning. Streets of Fire. William Dafoe, Diana Blaine, and Michael Pear. Good. Good movie. And then I went Disney on you. Sky High. Just because it's fun. Kick-Ass 1 and 2. I love it. I wish they hadn't killed off Nicolas Cage's character, but that was the whole one of the premises of it. And the first one, The Expendables 1, 2, and 3. The entire Tremors series. And then, of course, I ended it up with The Kingsman. But like I said, it depends on the day, the week, and the hour. And it some other ones will pop up. Once I have not yet gotten the a Blu-ray or DVD of John Wayne, The Quiet Man. I call that his second best movie. His best movie, The Searchers. There is so many layers to The Searchers. Boom. Dr. Zhivago. Yes, another good one. So, yeah. So we take on, like, of course, and then of course there is a genre. Halloween is my favorite genre of movies because from the time I was 11 years old up until a few years ago, we had a haunted house. We ran it every year except for 1 year, and the last year my brother did it with me. We put probably about 5,000 people through our haunted mansion in 2 weeks, running just a couple hours in the evening. Milo, The Quiet Man, the Irish one, about Innisfree, was actually, The Quiet Man was actually filmed in Ireland. The one filmed in Sedona, Arizona was The Searchers. And it was also filmed up farther north by Fredonia, Arizona, the north rim of the Grand Canyon, and by Kanab, Utah, Johnson Canyon, Monument Valley, and those up there. My dad worked on that movie. That's how, and my mom was on the staff feeding it. Angel and the Bad Man. Yes, another great one too. Some of those John Wayne's, not when he was doing the C and B rated pump 'em out flicks, when he became a headliner, made some, and with John Ford and John Huston, made some great movies. Hey, Steph, how's it going? I don't know if you guys can hear it. The fireworks are going off. It's finally gotten a little dark out there. And so, people are setting off all their fireworks. What was the movie? John Wayne movie with Ron Howard in it. It was a very good one. It was the second, if I remember right, the second movie, Western, where John Wayne died, The Shootist. Yeah. And so it was not, if you want to see Ron Howard as playing a teenage boy when he's about 23, 24, yeah. The Shootist. Yes. Spy Thriller, Ice Station Zebra. Okay, you just got me off on a whole bunch of others. The Iger Sanction, George Kennedy and Clint Eastwood. The Eagle Has Landed. There's a bunch of those. Yeah. And what's interesting is, if I'm not mistaken, in the shootist, John Wayne's cancer had started to come back again. Or he was his you know, at the time he only had one lung when he was shooting, you know, doing movies. Oh, Firefox, yes. Capricorn 1, another good movie. Brings up another movie to mind. The Andromeda Strain. That one creeped me out as a kid. That is a prepper movie. That is a prepper scenario movie, guys. Andromeda Strain. Both those last. Dangjo. Okay, which Dangjo? There are 6 of them. The last one being Dangjo Unchained. But one of the first ones, he played with Clint Eastwood in For a Few Dollars More as the Colonel, and he was the bad guy in The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. He was the bad in that. DJANG Dangjo film. The first one had Franco Nero as Dangjo in 1966. Dangjo Strikes Again also had the same actor in it. Where's the other Dangjo ones? Movies in order. Okay. 1966, Dangjo Strikes Again. Kill Dangjo. Dangjo and Santana Are Coming. Return of Dangjo. Dangjo Defies Santana. Dangjo the Bastard. Viva Dangjo. Dangjo Brings a Coffin. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. No, did not have Andy Griffith in it. A bunch of good actors in it. Andromeda Strain, 1971. Let me just go to cast. Cast 1971. They did a remake on it too. Had James Olsen as the main doctor. Had David Wynn in there as the older doctor. Arthur Hill was in there. Kate Reed was the one doctor. Yeah. So yeah, it had a lot of good people in it. Okay. So I did not know they did a reboot of it. So I take it. Yeah, Lee Van Cleef played Dangjo a bunch of times. Let's go back here. It was a contagion from outer space. A satellite got hit by something, came down, and it caught something in it, and they let the people in the town, the doctor there thought, I'm going to see what's in here instead of calling NASA and let them take care of it, and released the virus on Earth, but they fortunately contained it. Yes, Vincent Price. Vincent Price movies, yes. The Last Man on Earth, basically the original Omega Man. And so I'm just double checking things here. Vincent Price, also The Pit and Pendulum. A bunch of Vincent Price movies are absolutely excellent. Yeah. My wife has Master and Commander. she plays it. She has it in her little stack of ones that she goes to, and I just keep on trying. It's like I keep on missing playing it again. Night of the Living Dead was a comet. Night of the Living Dead, the first Night of the Living Dead, I believe, was a comet that went by and stuff came down from it. House on Haunted Hill. I believe it also had one of the iterations of House on Haunted Hill had Roddy McDowall in it as well. Yeah. Yeah, and the thing is, like the House on Haunted Hill, like we was talking about earlier, those old scary movies, they didn't rely on gore to scare you. It was timing, lighting, and everything else that scared the crap out of you. Black and white horror movies, Psycho scared the crap out of a lot of people. Refused to take showers. They started using their bathtubs again and kept the shower curtain open because of that. All right, Howie, have a good night. Day of the Dead. Okay. Yeah, there were so many Night of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Night of the Comet. Yeah, a whole bunch of those ones where stuff came down from space. Well, I've been up here an hour and a half. My throat's not used to all this long talking, so I'm going to go wrap it up here. Let me grab the thing up on the other side here. Bring up that and on this other one here. Looking at the other computer screen, guys. When did I do the? When was I going to do the favorite games? The favorite TV shows are off into August here. It looks like, unless I reorder stuff, and so yeah. So get that set up there, right on that. Trying to move that around. But coming up here, some of the ones I'm going to be doing here are going to be not tomorrow. I'm not doing live for Gray Man Prepping, but in the coming weeks, there's going to be Food Source Recon Part 2 coming up. Don't just survive, thrive. What about your spouse? Dealing with dirt and allergens. How to relax your mental health. What new ways are you learning to cook? Raised planter beds, oil lamps versus solar lights, wildfires. Do you have a plan to cope with one? What are your favorite games? And so let me move that up here. And let's see here. We'll be talking about hitting again. Store what you eat what you store. Home fabrication, sanitation in, during, and after emergencies and disasters. Those are some of the ones coming up on both channels. The Gray Man Prepping with an A and Camppatton Family Compound here. Did I miss any of them? So just some stuff. And if you guys have any topics you'd like to see me address, please, down at the very bottom in the description is the email to Camppatton Family Compound. And actually, I can throw that up here, right now. Boom. Email me a topic you want me to address either here or over on Gray Man Prepping. Either one, and we will we'll get it into the system here. And hopefully, I know. Hang on, let me look at. I gotta go to emails to clarify this. So, the staff sergeant's going to be here in Idaho. the week of August 4th through the 14th through the 19th. So that's probably, let me jump down here and take a look. So she'll probably be arriving on the 12th and heading back on the 20th. So hopefully I can get her up here in one of the live streams. Not a big fan of being scared. I don't know. My wife and I kind of enjoy scaring each other. And we're not going to go just into all the details of what being scared leads to, but it's very good. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming in. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. And I will see you for sure next Monday. Friday, I can't do it because I'll be over there until almost midnight Eastern time with the grandkids. Okay, sorry, I just got distracted here. Both the animals, I don't do scary. Okay, Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. Abbott and Costello meet the werewolf. Abbott and Costello meet Dracula. You got comedy and you got scary. All right, everybody. So I'll be back here next Monday. I don't think I'm going to do the midnight ride this week because I won't do the midnight ride because I will still be over there babysitting when I normally kick it off. So hopefully next week we'll get back into all the live streams. Monday Night Fireside Chat, Tactical Tuesday, the Midnight Ride on Thursday night, and Friday night on the homestead. So we'll see you guys around. Take care. Expand your garden, plant more stuff, and we'll see you around. All right. See you all later. And now I wait to see how long it's going to take StreamYard